Hi friends, welcome back to Texas Family Life. My name is Kristy. I'm a mama of 7. Say hello. Hello. Baby number 8 on the way. And we are fixing to head to an appointment for the midwives. Today we are supposed to be talking with them about our birth plans. So that's pretty cool. If you're new here, I've had 3 hospital births and 3 home births. So this is back to the hospital, but we're using midwives, which is really neat. I don't know how the experience is gonna go just yet, but right now we're going to be talking to them about our birth plan. This is something, I gotta close the fridge. This is something that they're doing. This is not my doing. This is like part of the appointment is, okay, at 36 weeks, we're going to talk to you about your birth plan, which I'm like, that's pretty cool because I've never gone to the hospital with a birth plan because I personally have always heard that like birth plans are useless because no one's gonna listen. Like you can say all you want, but when you go, like they're not gonna listen because you know they're gonna go by hospital protocol. So we already know. Oh, be nice to him. So we already know that I'm gonna have to have constant monitoring on the baby since I have had a C-section in the past. My first baby was a C-section, so I've had 6 babies since then. So I do have to keep the monitors on. So if you don't know what that is, I think they're little circles that they put on my belly. So they strap them on and it's like with a big like rubber band for lack of a better word. And so it holds the monitor in place so they can hear the heartbeat and keep track of the baby's heartbeat. It's kind of definitely not ideal, but they are wireless. So at least I'm not hooked up to the actual like monitor like I have been in the past. And then I have to have a hep lock in my hand just to make it easier for IVs. And these are things that like I'm agreeing to that I may not agree with, but it's something that's like I'm not gonna argue with them about this because there's gonna be bigger fish to fry. So then I'll just wait. Don't put it on him like that, let him hold it. Let him hold it. So I'm just kind of excited to see like what they're gonna say. We've talked about delayed cord clamping. I would like to wait for as long as we can to have that cut. At the end of the day, the birth's gonna go how it's gonna go. God's will be done, honestly. Like whatever he decides is best for me and baby is what's going to happen. So I'm not super huge on a birth plan. My birth plan is have the baby at home. I do not have quick labors. I think my quickest one was 3 hours with the twins. And then after that, it was 5 hours was the next quickest. So they're not super quick. I have had a few 12-hour labors and births, but we'll see how this one goes. And we're getting so close. So with my earliest baby that I've ever had was 37 weeks, but they did the cervical sweep, which I'm not doing this time. I haven't done that since my last hospital birth. So that was baby number 3. They did a sweep at 37 weeks, which is kind of crazy because that's a little bit early for a baby. But those always worked for me, but we won't be doing that this time. And so when they don't do the sweeps, my babies tend to come about 40 weeks right at my due date. So we're due in early December. So I'm gonna just take y'all along with the appointment a little bit. Y'all have seen this hospital like a million times in my videos, but I'm gonna show you again. So we're gonna go and all the kids are coming with, as usual. And we fit into that little tiny room. Orange juice. Don't climb on that. Oh, you have what? Don't do that. Can you have what? Go get your boots. Go get your boots on. So, let's go ahead and load up. And we'll see how this appointment goes. I'll update y'all when we get back for sure.
What else do you think tastes good with bacon?
Chocolate.
Cheese, chocolate. What about you?
Bananas.
Bananas.
Bones.
Bones. They probably taste better with bacon. That doesn't mean that they taste good. Leaves? Okay. I don't know.
In the car, I have a banana for you. Because they're bossy. Because they're bossy. So we're in the car. The appointment went really well. A cop, state trooper, just got in the car next to us. And the kids are like, what? Who's he? I'm like, he's a state trooper. He's a cop, but a little bit meaner. Why is he meaner? I don't know. Because he has to wear a hat. I'm sorry, not funny. I know. I have a lot of friends with law enforcement people in their lives. They're just not, they don't go as easy on you as like a regular cop would, I don't think. So my appointment went super well. I'm really excited. They got me very excited. We went over the birth checklist, like I said, and like there were things I didn't even have to bring up that they brought up, talk about. Like, okay, one thing weird. I'm a weirdo for this. We keep our placenta. I have planted it under trees. It's so good for the trees, okay? I read a story once about a lady who had the most beautiful garden in town, and she had like 12 kids, and her secret was that she planted her placentas. Okay, guys, I know, weird, whatever. I guess you could unfollow me for that, but it's like, what do you think they did with it back in the day? Did they? I don't know. Maybe they fed it to their dogs. I don't know. Anyways, so we get to keep our placenta. Like I said, that wasn't something they just asked, do you want to take your placenta home with you? And so they're like, bring a cooler. Like, this is the best, next best thing from a home birth. They asked me about vitamin K, and they asked me about the iGoop, and they asked me about Hep B and everything like that, and we just went over everything, and there was no like judgment, there was no pushing, there was a lot of like, there was one thing I was questioning, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do this, and she's like, I want you to go home and actually like research it and really look at it before you say yes or before you say no. So I want you to really look into it. And I was like, wow, okay. Which is a big deal, because a lot of times, you know, it's just, this is the way it's going to be. This is our hospital. This is what you're going to do. I even told her, like, I had seen something about aromatherapy there, and I love doing some essential oils while I'm in labor. Before I was so crunchy, I would bring an air thing to plug in. I'd pick a really good smell and plug it in. So while I was in labor, the room smelled a certain way, and you know, smells bring back memories. So I was like, do y'all have, I saw you had aromatherapy, and she's like, well, we have a lot of the essential oils. If you want to bring your diffuser, we have all the smells, so you can just put your stuff in. I'm like, what? That's so fun. So we talked about that. We talked about laboring in the birth pool, which I don't want to have a water birth. And I get very overheated quickly, like babies. I get overheated very quickly. If you're new here, I'm always like red when I get really, like, just even like a little bit too hot. But with Mabel, when I was in labor, they put me in the bath, which was fun. And it was so hot. It was so hot. And I never like came off of that being way too hot. And I just felt sick like the rest of the labor and delivery. So they said, yeah, we don't have to do it that way. We can make it like lukewarm or even a little chilly. And I'm like, yes, please. That would be great. Okay, what did they laugh? Yeah. Got some Black Rifle coffee. I know I'm always talking about how healthy we're trying to be, but
going for it. I was just like, she's like, what type of caramel? I said, I want a frappuccino with caramel stuff in it. She said, oh, what type of caramel? I'm like, the carameliest caramel. Just caramel. What do you mean, what type?
That's funny. What did you get?
I got Yule Fuel.
What's that?
It's peppermint Pink. Mocha. It's got some, yeah, she sprinkled some like peppermint stuff on top.
Have you tried it yet?
I haven't tried it yet. You ready? Here we go.
Ready.
I don't taste peppermint. It must just be on the top.
Oh, that's real. Mike is a pain. We never get things like this, so it's a real treat. Telling you that state troopers are meaner than cops. Why are they meaner than cops? State troopers are like the truth.
Okay, so people say state troopers are meaner than cops because they always give you a ticket. If they pull you over, you're getting a ticket. That's not been my experience. Yes.
Mike never gets tickets. He gets out of tickets. I've been pulled over twice and got a ticket both times. One time I started to cry, and they're like, don't cry. Just stop. Here's your ticket. And I'm like, Okay.
I'm just super polite.
I
and
am
nice.
too. I am the most polite person.
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to avoid the stigma of not giving girls tickets.
That could
And
be.
so they're trying to make an example of you. I don't know. But they pull me over and I've gotten like, I don't want to say. Okay.
You don't have to.
I've probably gotten 10 tickets in my life.
He used to say
I've been pulled over probably 35 times. I get tickets maybe 10% of the time.
Comment below, do you get a ticket every time you get pulled over? Because I do. My sister once got pulled over by a state trooper and she was like, where's your cute little hat? And he went and got it and put it on. She was like 18, you know, the cute, young, pretty blonde. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. And then there's me where they're like, "Shh, don't cry.
Oh.
Pull it together, woman." And I'm like, okay, officer, I'm sorry. So yeah, that's how the appointment went. We were trying to make it back home. I think the appointment went as well as we can hope. And now it's just counted down. We have to go back every week until the baby's born. Yeah, we're really excited. Thank you for following along with us and getting excited about this baby girl with us. She'll be here before we know it. And then it's gonna be Christmas, so here we go. Anyways, I hope y'all have a blessed rest of your week, and I can't wait to see y'all again soon. Bye, guys.